If you want to grow your business, you have to grow your audience. And that can seem really daunting unless you have this one secret weapon in your arsenal. That's why I always have something available for free to get people hooked on my content. What's up, everyone? I'm Christina Scalera, the founder of D-Commerce Coaching. That's where I teach you how to create your digital download products that are sold through an online storefront. If you're ready to make passive income through your digital download products, you'll want to make sure that you're subscribed to this channel so you don't miss out on all the good stuff that comes out weekly here. The number one way I've consistently grown my audience and my online store since it opened in 2015 is by giving out something for free and by doing one awesome thing around it. So let's get into the meat of all that so you can understand how I'm growing my audience and using free content in a way that isn't just more noise on the internet. The first thing I always make sure I have is some sort of opt-in. This is just a landing page that someone can find to enter their name and email and get something for free in exchange. It also puts them onto my email list, and that helps me to grow the audience that I have available to promote my products to, or my sale events that come around every few times a year. The way that I'm getting people onto my email list is a little bit different than the way that most people do it though. You've probably heard about freebies, content upgrades, opt-ins. These are all the same thing, just different words for it. Maybe you've even consumed some, maybe you've even grabbed some of the ones that are linked below this video to see what they look like. That's a great idea and a great way for you to get started understanding what makes a great freebie. But you probably haven't given out freebies that have a conversion rate of 50 to 60% of the people who are seeing them and taking you up on that offer. All of our freebies have at least a 30% conversion rate, which is really, really, really high. I would say that 20% is good, 30% is pretty high, and for some of them, we've been going months with a 50 to 60% opt-in rate, which means that out of every 100 people that land on a page where I offer them this free thing, 60 of those people are saying yes. Obviously, we want more people to say yes because that makes it a lot less expensive for us to run ads or to do the same amount of work to tell people about our freebie and have a better result from it. Because now, instead of telling 100 people about our freebie and only getting 20 people on our email list from it, if we have a really great freebie, we're tripling that and getting 60 people on our email list, all for the same amount of work up front. So what goes into a really good freebie? Well, first, it has to help them resolve some sort of issue. Even though a digital download product is just one little tiny bite of information or step for them to get through to get to the other side of whatever they're looking to do, your freebie is like a snack. So where your digital download product might be a full meal, maybe not a 4-course dinner, that's maybe more like an online course, your digital download product is that meal, then your freebie is going to be like a little amuse-bouche aperitif snack before the meal. This is so critical because just like those little samplers that they give out at those big box stores in America, maybe you've gone to Costco or Sam's Club or something and you've had a little sampling, or if you're in Europe or abroad, maybe a little sampling of the produce that they hand to you. It's really critical because you try something that you maybe wouldn't have been apt to purchase, but once you try it, you see the value in it and then you do make a purchase. So that's the whole point of this free content, is not just to grow your audience, but also to help develop an audience of buyers who are interested in purchasing your D-commerce products. Not only are you going to create a great result for them, little tiny snack result, but a result nonetheless, you are also going to make sure that they feel seen and heard. And the way that you do this through your freebie is by tailoring it to your audience. Some of the best freebies I've come up with happens when I listen really intently to what they tell me that they want. A lot of times this means looking at what Instagram posts or blog posts have done well and creating a little bit more content surrounding that, or just making it a repackaged, prettier product that I can give out as a freebie. If you're not sure, if you haven't really had an Instagram or a blog post that has hit it yet, you can always survey your Instagram audience on stories using the polls feature, or you can go into Facebook groups and look at the kinds of questions that people are asking and not getting answered. So I did that in the beginning, and I started to look for those questions that weren't getting answered but were a pattern. people consistently needed help with them. And that's how I came up with my first freebie for my shop, which was 5 ways to legalize your biz. To be honest, I wouldn't have even titled it that, but that was the phrase that everybody was using. So it just made sense for me to include that in the title of the freebie. The next thing you need to do is make sure that your freebie is structured in order to be valuable and provide help and entertainment to your audience. If it's just a boring workbook with a lot of white space that they wasted a lot of printer paper making, then they're not going to be super excited about working with you or taking that next step. However, if you give them, say, a template that they could fill in, maybe a little bite-sized template, or if you give them some kind of step-by-step walkthrough or checklist, that could be really fun for them and they can immediately see the value. Plus, they'll feel like they got a super quick win out of it, which makes working with you or following along with you and reading your emails that much more valuable to them. And that's what we're really going for in order to build our audience. If you want to see some examples of everything we've talked about so far, I've linked some of my opt-ins below. You'll definitely want to check those out just to get a good feel for how it all flows, not just from the landing page that we first talked about, but also how it gets delivered to your inbox, what it looks like as you download it, how printer friendly it is, and also how valuable it is for my ideal audience, that they'll actually get something out of it. It's a very small something, but it is still a something. Okay, so we've talked about everything your freebie needs to have in it. Here is the super secret sauce that is going to make or break your business as far as growing your audience goes. Most people will create their freebie, maybe share about it a couple times, and then really forget to tell people that it exists. I am telling people about my freebies at least once a day, and I am so excited and so proud to do it. I don't feel salesy at all. First, because it's free, and second, because this is something that I know people have needed, all because I have done the market research and I've had the conversations and gotten in there with our ideal audience, and I know exactly who this is for, so I can feel really confident and excited telling these people that this freebie exists. And my favorite way to do that is by doing some sort of launch event where I will get people really excited about the freebie as it comes out or as we re-announce it, even if it's been out. And I do this by doing a little countdown of what's to come. This could be a 3-day countdown, it could be a 24-hour countdown. I vary it so that it stays interesting, but I always make sure that I let them know something is coming. I tease it a little bit, and then I'm like, whoa, it's finally here, make sure you get it. And maybe I'll do some sort of incentive on that launch day of the freebie, like giving out a mug. We give out mugs sometimes, and I might give them one of those when they're one of the first 100 people to get the freebie that day or something. It doesn't really matter what that event is or how exciting or not it is. It just matters how excited you are about it and how much you convey that excitement to your audience. And it's crazy because it's a free thing and they're getting a $20 mug, but people get really excited. And I get excited too because I know that this freebie is helping people, and I'm getting to make someone's day by giving them a little extra gift. Plus, everybody's having a lot of fun along the way because they're all getting this small result from the freebie. Plus, they're all feeling like a community, all competing for this first day launch event of the mug, or maybe a 15-minute coaching session with me, whatever the free event giveaway might be. When we put all this together, you have your landing page, you have your free thing, you have your super secret, awesome, exciting event with maybe a little giveaway. All of these things combined, if you can repeat this at least on a quarterly basis, are really gonna help you to grow your list, even if you're not coming out with a new freebie each time. While it's so important to have this freebie to grow your list, it's equally important, if not more important, to have something to sell on the back end, which is where your digital product shop comes in. Plus, you'll want that consistent traffic to make sure that digital download product continues to sell. You'll want to click the video I just put on your screen because that's going to show you the next step in this journey. And because I wanted it to make perfect sense to you, I wrapped it all up with a neat little bow in this guide. So make sure you're following along there, where you can go through even more great steps to make your digital download shop a success. I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.